Hey, Kelly, welcome to Nonprofit Live. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here today.
Having you back. You've been on Nonprofit Live before. We always love to showcase good quality community building work out there. And so we're glad to have you back on the show as a longtime collab member, also member of the Nonprofit Collab, our group of nonprofit leaders who get together and listen, we cause good trouble out there, right? Driving change.
We do. I love it. It's a great group to be part of. Yeah. A lot of camaraderie in there as well.
Yeah, it is. It's a good, fun group. And you are doing some amazing things here in the autism community, specifically in Western Pennsylvania, where we're both located. We're not just nonprofit friends. We are actually physical neighbors. So it's been fun to be part of your journey and watch this last year in particular, how much things have grown. So I was so excited to have you come on to Nonprofit Live and share what are some of those, we're going to dig in on what some of those building blocks have been putting into place that really is showing up in the form of some serious momentum.
Yeah. Well, if we want to go back a year, about a year ago, I joined that 5-day collab event with you, and it changed me. It was one of the first building blocks, if you want to talk about that really gave me some momentum to how I'm going to do this on my own. Because it started out with 2 founders, and so it's down to me. And I didn't want to give up on this dream, and I just really did not know how I was going to do it. But I knew every morning when I put my feet on the floor that this is what I was supposed to be doing. And I knew it still had to happen. And I can't remember how I came across you, but I did. And that 5-day, you kind of rework some of the things that you thought you already knew about your nonprofit. And it really helped clear that, made the mission a little bit clearer. The vision was different since it was down to me. And it just became a little bit more clearer. And that kind of helped me with my messaging as well. And see that it was possible to really keep going. Now, I didn't see all this happening, but here we are. So
and all this, we have so much to get into because there is all this going on. And it's been so cool to watch that transition from those first steps of honing your message to now really being able to share some information and attract want to get involved. So we're going to talk about all kinds of good stuff on how you're making that magic happen. We want to welcome folks to join in and comment. We have somebody participating. If you want your name to be seen, you've got to hit the directions above. And if you're on Facebook, it's streamyard.com/Facebook. You just hit it once, you hit the blue button, and then you're good to go. We'll see your name post as you comment and ask questions. Please do that. And if you're catching the replay, we definitely want to know that you were able to catch up, and we will, of course, come back and answer all your questions even after the live stream. So, Kelly, 1 year ago, we got together in what is your fundraising workshop series. And it's a free group I put together a couple times a year, and we work through your messaging, and you became a member of the collab. And that's when I've been able to really see all the changes you've been making. Tell us a little bit about the Autism Caring Center and your journey in that dream. We were talking before the show, this is your dream. You had your daughter at an event recently, and she even teared up, really seeing how far you've come and taken this thing. Tell us how you got started, why, and what you do exactly.
Okay, well, I was asked by a good dear friend of mine. She had an idea for to have a nonprofit that really served the gaps that we see in the community. There's plenty of nonprofits out there doing good work, but there is plenty that, there was other programs and services that were needed at a different level, maybe more personal, if that makes sense. So, I knew the frustrations I'd have with my son. I'd call one number just to be told to call another. Getting out in the community became challenging. There were so many things that I saw with my son. And I agreed with her that those gaps need to be filled. So we created the Autism Caring Center in 2017. The goal was always to have a center. In the beginning, we were just really working off of our phones and talking to people about what we do. So here we are. I know it sounds like pretty cut and dry, but it wasn't.
Well, it's really not, because the unique, really significant, unique differentiator, something that sets you apart is that, as you said, that personalized service. It's not medical. There's not forms and insurance and appointments even.
No.
There's call Kelly and get some help.
Yeah. If you call me, I answer the phone. And if I don't have the answer, I will find it for you. I promise. I really work hard at that. It's very hard when wait lists are long. Like I said, calling one number just to call another, not having the financial ability to help your child. The financial strain is real in the autism world for families. They usually do not have a double income. So sometimes even acquiring advocacy can be an issue. And, we provide that service for free as well. And when the pandemic hit in 2020, the phone never quit ringing. A lot of families learned what it was like to homeschool their child and really learned about their IEP and all that good stuff. And I was really honored to help. I'm really honored to help these families. Look, it's a tough diagnosis and it is so personal and it's so difficult to explain, and being able just to talk to somebody who just knows and is in the trenches, it really, really helps. So being able to provide those services, I'm honored, when they call me or choose me to help them with their family, it's just an honor to me to be able to help them. So I love doing that. I love everything that I do. It's I'm blessed to be able to do it. So.
Well, that comes through surely, and I know we've talked before, and you've referred to it as the autism island, this extreme isolation that families go through, right?
Yeah. So when the pandemic hit, in the autism world, we all were kind of like, same thing. We were kind of stuck, and you can't go out of the house. You can't leave. If you don't have that, both parents are not involved. Sometimes, there's divorces and, if you're stuck at home, if you're the primary caregiver, you go to work, you come home, you're with your child. So you don't always have that opportunity to leave. And we call it Autism Island. And the Autism Caring Center, our facility here is to try to get you off the island and meet and connect with other people. There's 1,000 Facebook groups out there, and you can see the need in each one of them, what they need, what they're looking for. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to fill those needs.
Yeah. In a very customized role. And, people are really noticing. What do you think you're most proud of? I mean, you've taken this from an experience you have as a parent, right? Your son had autism, and the experience had, you really wanted to make sure there was a smoother path for other families.
Yeah.
You've done so much. What are you most proud of with the center?
I'm proud that the doors are open. I'm proud that, we had an event this last week, and 14 women came, and they were so happy to be here. I'm proud that the doors are open and it can flourish from here. I'm excited about the opportunities that are going to become for our families because we have this space. I'm excited about that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
right now. Yeah.
So much exciting, but I love how simply you put it, that the doors are open. Can you talk about, so let's talk about the doors. I mean, how exciting. Congratulations. The center is open. You've been providing advocacy services. You've been there for families since 2017, but you're just now opening the doors to your community center, your autism community center, right?
Yeah.
The caring center.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So we're located in Robinson. We're about 5 minutes off of any exit off of 79, about 20 minutes from the South Hills. You can get to us easy. All of our events are free. Our goal is to provide support and resources. So what that looks like to me is making sure that there's a social opportunity, an educational opportunity, not just for those with autism. There's plenty of services for kids with autism, but their families, right? The siblings, the mom, the dad, they need support as well. So providing those supports for moms to be around other moms who get it, providing that opportunity for dads, the same opportunity that just get it, and not have to search them out, and having it right here and free is, it's amazing. We have 5 events this month. The first one we did was a mom's group. It was a painting, like a make and take paint. This Saturday, we are educating the community about fire safety. They will be here on the 16th. Our open house is the 23rd. It's a fall open house. The kids can wear their costumes if they want. We're going to make a pumpkin. The families are all invited to that. We'll have a food truck. And then we focused a little bit this month on the teen girls and teen boys, getting them connected, sharing interests and ideas. So, those 5 events, I can't wait to see what comes out of them. This isn't my center. This isn't anything that I am like, oh, I did this or I built this. I wanted this for the community, not for me. It's theirs. I want to hear their ideas and I want to implement them. I don't want to just direct the programming myself. I want them to tell me what they need and let's make it happen. Because my son does have autism. He's 18. He's out of school. So some of the things I'm removed from that I don't know. It's happening at 8 or 9 or 10. So I need that input, and that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing what comes out once these programs go through and hearing the ideas they share and what they want. So,
well, I think that's what makes it such a special community. You do such an incredible job of making it accessible for people and bringing people together. We talk a lot about this in the Magnify Your Mission system. We are master community builders at the end of the day. Sure, nonprofit executive, passionate, change maker, but we're community builders. And it is about creating that, whether it's physical space or just space for people who care about the same thing to come together and create something special and different and to move things forward. You've really demonstrated that, and the public is responding. I mean, we talked when we first started talking, it was, okay, let's get your database built. Let's get hone your messaging, right? You mentioned that. And now you forged national partnerships, you forged corporate partnerships. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head here in the last 12 months. You've got donors coming out of the woodwork to contribute without feeling like you're not so sure. What's shifting for you, do you think? What's making that happen?
Honestly, in this, I thought about it a little bit. I knew we were going to be talking, and, I think, navigating this is not easy. And, the shift, I think, really came after our last fundraiser we had in August. Maybe it was more of a mental shift for me, that the families that showed up there, not just to donate and hear the music and have a good time. They came because they really cared. And, people pulled me aside and talked to me about what we were doing, where we were located. They wanted to truly know what the Autism Caring Center was and what we were doing and where the money that they were spending were going. They really, truly cared. And it just, this diagnosis doesn't always come with a cheerleading section. There's other childhood diagnoses that have it, and autism doesn't always. It's still a very niche community, and it doesn't affect everybody or have the opportunity to affect everybody like other diagnoses does. Like if it's not diagnosed in early childhood, sometimes it's never diagnosed, right? So I think that's missing. So I also got to meet some of the people that I never met that we were able to help with the money that we had raised. I was able to meet this one little girl, and it was just like, wow. Like I just, it was really emotional. And I just thought, we're going to get this open. We're going to make this happen. And from there, it just really started to come together. I don't know what it was exactly. I can't put my finger on just one thing, but it was really the energy from that fundraiser and coming back from that. And it wasn't even about the amount of money we raised. It was just about the the encouragement of the community that was there, I think. And having that for so long because of the pandemic, you know,
right.
It was really inspired me a little bit to keep moving.
You know, it's true in the Magnify Your Mission system, right? When we, because there are methodical steps to it, and it's not that it's not a creative process, but there are some really unsexy steps to it, right?
Yeah.
And then you have what feels like what ends up being a huge turning point where you recognize you've done more than build a mission and provide a service. You're building a movement. And that is such an important difference. More than a mission, it's a movement. And when you have a community of people that are craving that space that you can provide for them, not just the information and the resources, but also the culture and the sense of belonging, that's what it's all about. That's when fundraising gets easy, right? That's when people understand what they're contributing to, why they're contributing, why it matters. And they don't want to miss out. They want to be part of that change. And I think you've done an amazing job of helping people feel that.
Yeah, I think one of the first things we talked about when we were going through the vision and the mission and that 5-day challenge that I did with you was, what do you do? And I said to you, well, how do I explain peace of mind? And you kind of just looked at me like, what? It's a peace of mind for people to know that we're here. It is a peace of mind to know that they have somewhere to go, a physical location, not just a phone call and they have to still stay home. Our sensory room was delivered. We're waiting on the floor pad, so I'm hoping they come in this week. But I never was so excited about a projector in my life.
Let's tell everybody you're installing a sensory room in the center to help people be able to get the relaxation. And be able to enjoy their time while they're there. That's an amazing investment, an amazing show of caring for your community.
Yeah. So, and that was all because of the funds that we were able to raise. You know, we were able to put that sensory room in and get things moving in the right direction for the families that are going to visit here. And, you know, my oldest daughter came to visit and said, I wish we would have had this when Clayton was younger. And I just looked at her and I never thought about the relief that she would get from it, you know, because we couldn't go to the mall and play. We couldn't go just get ice cream and them not worry. So, you know, here, when we are fully open and not just doing events, the goal is to have this, place that's just open to the community, that moms can come in with their kids, you know, and just sit and have a cup of coffee, let their child use the sensory room, let the kids play with other things that are accessible to them, and maybe meet another mom and just, you know, have some time outside of the house and connect, really providing that connection that's in person, not online. So.
And isn't that what we all truly want in life is a feeling of belonging and connection. And that's amazing that we can make sure, we all have the opportunity to feel included, to be included, and to be part of the community. And most importantly, we all benefit from including people with autism and others, because we're able to provide not just safe community center or safe Autism Caring Center, but you're also out in the community training and educating workplace performances. I know this last year, you were able to get the attention of a communications company who reached out and wanted to forge a more significant partnership with you. And I think you were doing some training there as well.
Yeah, we T-Mobile was present at our event at South Point over the summer. They sent a bunch of volunteers to work with us, and we are just waiting on that training to come through. I just talked to them last week, actually. So we're still waiting to hear when we're going to provide that, but they are on board into receiving autism awareness training. I just trained a preschool at the end of August, and I'm going to train another one October 25th. We also do business trainings as well. So, forgot to mention this. North Fayette Volunteer Fire Department has agreed to receive autism awareness training.
No kidding.
Yeah, and they've also solicited other volunteer fire departments to take part in that. So we are going to be doing that training on the 27th of October. So,
I mean, this is a movement, Kelly. I mean, and I know you're partnering with Champion Autism Network and that you train with them and do some national work. But when you are out in the community, educating and inspiring people to be prepared and to welcome families with autism, it is game changing. It is not just supporting the family.
Right.
You're really going to the source.
Well, I think what's important, I think if you're a business in the community and you're in a position of any type of authority or a perceived position of authority, right? Fireman, policeman, a township manager, or, a library, or like these community places. I think that people look to you in your response to things, and people with disabilities. So I almost feel like you have a responsibility to have this training, to provide it to your staff, to provide it to your employees, and really let your community know how you would handle a person with autism and what your response would be. And knowing that you're trained in autism would inspire them to do it too. So I really feel that is important. And it's important. And as a mother, it's important to me to know that when I go somewhere that they know. And I don't have to explain behavior. I don't have to worry about if we're getting kicked out. I don't have to worry if we're going to be judged. Airplane, that you hear about these kids getting thrown off airplanes, that we're going to be rejected, and just have to leave.
It's about our values, right? Mm-hmm. It's about our values as an entire community. It's not just about the family with autism. It's what we stand for, and I believe as a country, we are about diversity and inclusion. And so, I appreciate you modeling that and teaching it and really making it available. So much good stuff. And I really like what you're saying about it's a responsibility people take. I do trainings where I work with entrepreneurs and business owners in how to partner with the social cause marketing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's strategic and it aligns, and it's actually useful and helpful to the nonprofit, instead of donating 7 bags of socks. Like, how can you really get involved and help? Yeah. And I love that because it takes some real honesty to come together in partnership, especially when you're crossing sectors, when you're, from private to community sector to government sector, and you're bringing these people together. You have to have some real honest discussion of what's in it for me and why it's important. And the moral and the ethical and the social reasons are so important. And so are the economic reasons. And, you have to kind of look at all of the reasons and have some real honest discussion of it is the right thing to do. It makes sense from a business standpoint. It makes sense from a community development standpoint. We need to come together to make this community the way that we want it to look. And you're giving them the real tools to do that. Right.
And I think that I agree with everything you said. Yes,
perfect.
That's it.
It's a wrap.
Whatever Amy said, that's it.
I like hanging out with you, Kelly.
What Amy said, that's it.
It's really game changing. You've got the open house. What do you have coming up? You've got the training. You've got the meet a firefighter at the fire prevention at the center, right?
Yes. So this idea came to me almost a year ago after a national story of a mom who lost her son. Her life and her son's life were lost in a fire. Mm-hmm. Her name was Feta and his name was Mew, and they were in a house fire, and he became so overwhelmed from the sensory from the fire, he would not leave the house. Mm-hmm. So let's be honest, it wasn't the fire department's response, it was the autism response. But when I spoke with Jay Lynn is his name, with North Fayette Fire Department, I told him of this story, and without hesitation, he agreed to do the training. Yeah. And without a hesitation, he agreed to come here and talk to our families. What was interesting is he said, but did the parent know to do this? Did the parent know to do that? Like there was tips he was giving me over the phone, and I was sure that our parents didn't have that information, because most of the time in those years where your kids are learning about fire safety and participating at the school and learning to crawl under the smoke, our kids are just trying to learn how to talk or socialize, you know? And I went home that day and I asked my son, do you know not to touch a door handle during a fire? And he said, why? And I said, do you know to crawl when there's smoke? And he said, why? And I was like, oh man, that could have been me. So once we had the center, so once I knew the doors were going to open, I said, well, I have something to offer back, you know, for them to come here and, you know, for us to go there. So it had to be a give and take in both, like you said. And it's Fire Safety Prevention Month, which I had no idea when I called them. So
I don't think I knew that either. Yeah.
So, so that we had, our calendar of events is up on our website. We do have the fall open house that's open to everybody. Even if you're just a community member and you just want to come out and see what's going on, you could check it out. There will be families here that have autism, hopefully some community members as well, just coming to see our I call it our blank slate. I want the families to continue to build it. We've provided the start, and I want them to tell me what's next. So that's the path we're taking with it. We are starting to accept some donations. If you have anything gently used as far as board games, or if you just want to donate a case of water or things like that, we have a kitchen here. We're going to start cooking lessons in November. So it's all coming together. And I'm just inspired by the parents and the families that come through the door. They inspire me. Whether they just need help with one thing or they have an idea, it just inspires me to keep going. So
I love it.
I'm open to all suggestions.
I love it. And I love the collaborative nature and the evolving and the flexibility you give to it, because there's a container there and there's a structure of how you're bringing people into your digital world, how you're bringing them together in the community, the Autism Caring Center space, and then how you're pushing out into the community to bring the message there. Yeah. You are hitting it on all cylinders, and I have been, it's been awesome to watch this quantum component of your growth. Listen, guys, when we say that you're on the path to doubling impact, doubling revenue, we're not like, it's easy street. We're just saying that you've hunkered down and you've done the building blocks. You've simplified your fundraising plan. You've honed your message. You've built your community. And now it's time to enjoy that a little bit. Now it's time to have some fun with it. And I like to call it kind of riding the wave, right? Because it doesn't get easier. You get stronger. You get more confident. You get more clear. Right.
And I feel stronger when I'm working with the community, right? Because, I don't want to feel like I'm in a vacuum here, like I'm just swirling around these ideas in my head. So when we have the moms groups, they end up really turning into a think tank. And I'm hoping that continues with the teen groups and the guys groups too, because I want them to tell us what they need. I know they know. Autism isn't the inability to be educated or share your idea. It's the inability to be social and emotional at times. So if we could bring those together and really get them to open up and tell us what they need, then we can even get even more honed in to what they need.
The secret sauce to community engagement, it's really involving people. And you've been doing that in a variety of different ways. We get into all that. I was excited to have you on today because I'm announcing that after almost a year, we're bringing the Supercharger fundraising free workshop series back. And That's amazing. I'm announcing it today. And you were one of the first cohorts of it and in the collab. And it just made sense to have you on with all of your great success. So I'm going to be dropping the link.
Good.
And the link to the Autism Caring Center so folks can stay up to speed.
That's awesome. And I'll tell you, I came in desperate. I won't lie. I came in desperate. I was not sure how I was going to keep this going. And meeting Amy and the people in the group and hearing their ideas and just do what Amy tells you. Really be like Amy. It is so helpful. And with your guidance, I'm now able to bless this community and keep these doors open and understand how not to how to shift and pivot with different things when needed. And without you, Amy, the doors wouldn't be open. So you're a big part of it.
Oh, Kelly, oh my God, thank you. Thanks for just letting me be part of it. It's pretty awesome.
True. It's absolutely
Thank
true.
you. Well, I'm looking forward to celebrating with you. I get to come down to see the center because I'm nice and close. So for all of you who want to come and travel, we've got some people from around. Kelly Harper's on congratulating you, and a lot of keep up the good work. Leslie is here. Hey, Leslie, good to see you. Nice to meet you. I don't know who's nice to meet you because I don't see your name. I'm so sorry, but it's wonderful to meet you. Love the way you are able to lasso so many. What is this message? Let's pull it up. Look, we can just show it. Interesting.
Oh,
we moved to Virginia. Look how cool this is, Kelly. I'm getting pretty savvy on my technology, aren't I? We moved to Virginia and the state IDs allowed for disability to be designated on them. I don't remember PA doing that. Isn't that interesting?
Down. Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
And it's really a lot about the advocacy. So it's bringing the community together, taking ideas like this one, and then being the voice of the people, right? The power's in the people. That, that's a mainstay of the Magnify Your Mission system. The power is in the people, and Kelly is harnessing that power. So, hey, thanks, Facebook user, for this idea.
Yes.
Love the way you are able to lasso so many people and services to help your community. Now, when you go to elected officials and foundations, which is our next heavy lift here, right? It's with the power of the people behind you, that community that you can activate when you need them. Turns out they're a lot more responsive when that's the case. And I know we got some PR moving too, I hope, because we got to get your message out. Congratulations, Kelly. And Dorothy McCleister, it's good to see you. Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you. And you're not late. You're right on time. So thank you very much for joining us and celebrating with me and Kelly on all of her great success. Look out for information on the Supercharge Your Fundraising free workshop series. A week hanging out with me. We're gonna build some cornerstones that have you raising money through the end of the year and well into the future.
Yeah, don't hesitate. Do that.
Do that. Mm-hmm. Kelly, good to see you here today, and can't wait to make it down to the center. I'm not going to come for the fire truck, but I need to check the schedule and get down there.
Yeah, take your time. We're going to be here long time.
I love it. We need you. Take care. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.